cake board, wood dowel, PVC pipe, 2 wood boards, styrofoam, drill bits. We have to pre-drill everything, so I need my drill bit, my eye screw. The screw is very important, that is a 8 gauge, 30 centimeters long. If you can't find it with a big head, you can get one of these washers. It will make your head really big. So let's start. The most important part in here, of course, is found at the center of everything, the center of this board. Mark and make a hole into it. Okay, so here what I did is I mark where I'm gonna insert the crystals. I'm going to pre-drill. It has to have little holes like that, very close to the edges. I found that it was easier fixing my board to another board so it stops moving around. And now we're gonna drill a hole in the middle, but to drill a hole in the middle, because the disc is so small, it spins around really quick. So I found it easy if I screw the disc. So I'm gonna use one of these little holes I have, and I'm gonna put a screw in each side in here, like that. And then now I'm going to drill on the middle with my drill bit. This way the disc doesn't spin around and you don't hurt yourself. Remove the little screws. I have to make sure that it goes through my wood, to make sure the wood is going through nice and easy. So it's very important to pre-drill on the bottom and on the top. Spray paint, oil paint, which is acrylic paint. Now we have to make a hole in the styrofoam, so you found the center. So it's important that the PVC pipe go through the hole. I bought this chandelier on the internet, it's very cheap, it was $30. It's for candles, and I really like it. All the designs, and I like the crystals, so I just cut it. I basically took it piece by piece of the top in here, and it's quite easy. You just push it and it breaks. And I cut it at this point, just with a little saw. I just cut it at this point. So basically, I'm going to go right where the center is, and I'm gonna make a mark. And then where the points is there that you can see the marks. I'm just going to drill so this can go inside the release, and then I'm gonna hot glue this later after I finish decorate this. But I just needed to show you that it's very important to make the marks and pre-drill before we cover with fondant, so it makes easy later when we're putting our chandelier together. There is these curtains that you can buy too with the crystals, and I have to say to you, the glass ones look much better than the plastic ones. They shine a lot more, and it's so cheap. Like you can buy these curtains now for $7. On my hands I can see clearly the difference between a plastic and a glass. So if you can spend a little bit more, I do recommend it to use the glass because they shine much more than the plastic ones. And then you can also buy your own rings, your jewelry rings. If you don't like the color that you have, remake the spaces and put it together the way you want. There is nothing that is gonna give you the shiny like that. You can make with ice mold, but nothing gonna look as beautiful, as glamorous as real crystals. Like they're just magical. I'm just showing you some options that you can use a real chandelier that is on the market to embellish your cake chandelier. Cover my styrofoams with fondant. I made a mark on my styrofoam where I'm going to insert the chandelier, because remember you're gonna have your little coaster right there on the middle, and then we need to put this at the bottom. So I made the mark, pre-drill of course, so it will be easy to push my chandelier late. And then now I'm going to cover this with fondant. I'm using setting ice. You probably know by now I'm very short, very short. And so I like to use my little stool After I pre-drill my wood dowel, I will insert my eye screw there. Going to hot glue this to the first cake, that the dummy cake we did it, and it has the board as you can see. I just sliding the second tier of my cake, and because I have the screw at the bottom, the cake is not very stable at the moment because of the screw there. So I'm just gonna put on a little piece of sheet of Eva sheet, because it's nice and soft, so then my cake at least is straight. Hot glue on the wood dowel, and you're welcome, of course, to put as much hot glue you want between the tiers, and then you push it down. So you remember these two tiers are dummies, and I didn't dummy because of the weight, as this cake is so big. As you remember, there is a border under my cake, so it's okay if I just put a hot glue, but if you don't want to put a hot glue, you can stick with royal icing. You can just put a royal ice all over the base there. It's up to you. Insert the wood board that we made the hole, and push all the way where the PVC is. So the PVC will stop my wood board from coming down. And now I'm gonna start to add my crystals. So this could be any height you want. Could be higher if you want, all the way from the top coming down. It's up to you, and that's when you're gonna decide the height of your PVC too, how high you want your PVC to go on your chandelier. And then I'm making some loops with flower tape. They have to be a good size, and then I just push it on the cake. Now I already have my chandelier hang. I have to add the bottle of my chandelier. I don't know if you remember, that was the bottle of my chandelier, and I'm about to attached to the cake. So where I cut it, I'm going to put a hot glue there and push inside my styrofoam extract. So here's another way, alternative way to do the bottom of this cake is turning the cake upside down inside one of these cradles. So my wood dowel is still inside, and then this will give me a lot more time to add as much hot glue I can to the bottom of my chandelier. If you want to add LED lights, you could even add underneath of your cake a little LED light. It's all about using your creativity. We can add a little bit more crystals too on the second tier, like I say to you, because it's a styrofoam. The more you add, the more glamorous and beautiful it will look. And who would not love a wedding cake like that?